Hey everybody, welcome to the Creativity Cave. I'm Dina Rico and I'm always excited to be stamping with you today. I have a fantastic project for you and I just love how this came out. It's so pretty using my wonderful, here, that's me stalling for finding my stamp set. Paisleys and Posies. I love this stamp set because it is so versatile and it's really pretty and it is just fun to play with. I think there's just so many different things you can do with this, and I have actually I have an online class for this stamp set, so if you like it and want even more inspiration besides this fabulous card, you can go to my blog. The link is in the description of this video, and when you're there, you can see my online classes as well as all the details for this particular card that will show you the dimensions and the colors and all the goodness that I use to make these. So let me show you. First of all, look at how fun those are. I'm giving you a 3D tour. I love to add dimension to my cards, so it would be crazy if I didn't. And I have to tell you, this is one of those times where I was so nervous about stamping anything on here after I made this much of it. I didn't want to ruin it. I thought about spritzing it, but I thought no. And then I thought about adding a greeting or something on the top. And I was just so worried if it wasn't going to look good. And then I'd be so upset. So I left it blank. It kind of killed me. I mean, I have to be honest. I normally add all kinds of things to my cards and I love how this turned out, but I just went with a simple happy birthday on the inside, which is from the set Cottage Greetings, which, oh, sorry, I jiggled my camera, actually my tripod thing. So I have to tell you, I did a little organization here at the Creativity Cave over the weekend, which of course means I couldn't find a darn thing because I put it all away. Okay, that's only partially true. I did lose a couple of things in the process, but my counter that I film on my videos and my workspace is so clean. Look, I'm doing this and nothing is getting knocked over because there's so much space. It's amazing. Don't worry. I'm sure within a week or two, I will make it the complete disaster that it normally is. But for the time being, it's all good. Okay, so I have two cards, and the reason is I started out making this one, and you can see its nice, vibrant colors on here, and they were actually for the color challenge that we had at Stampin' Paper. My friends put together this color challenge, Mint Delightful Dijon Cajun Craze, but I am a rebel, as usual, and added rich raspberry just because it needed a little something for that center flower. And so I had to put something else in there, and I didn't want to repeat a color because it wouldn't have looked as good. So there you go. Plus, I could use my raspberry ribbon, which always made me happy. Okay, let me show you how these are, but because they're so easy to put together. I'm grabbing my scrap paper because I forgot to grab that. So I have only 4 stamps that make this cool effect. So there's the big circle, the medium circle, the small circle, and the teeny circle. Don't forget which one is which. Just kidding. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do is, and actually to explain what I'm going to do, I have to tell you my thought process as I was making this card originally. So I stamped the, and you know what I'm going to do? So here's what I'm going to do, because this seriously has me freaking out. I shouldn't say freaking out because that's a little extreme. I'm not freaking out, but I wanted to add the greeting and I couldn't figure it out. So what I'm going to do is stamp this full strength. And then I thought, well, that's kind of vibrant. So what if we did stamped off? So I did stamped off, and you can see here I've moved things up a little towards the top. Do you see that there's a lot more space up here than a lot less up here? My hope is, and we'll see how this turns out, there'll be room for some kind of greeting under here, because it really kills me that there's no greeting on the front of my card. It's wrong. I hope you don't think I'm crazy. Well, it's probably true that I am, but I hope here, and I'll do these this way so that the dark is with the dark and the stamped off is with the stamped off. So then I just did the medium-sized circle on either side, and I have this weird feeling I didn't actually clean that stamp, so oops. Okay, so then, of course, I can't believe I've waited this long to bring in my scrap paper. You know I'm messy. So let me tuck this under here. It always looks so nice, though, when I don't have my scrap paper. But one must protect their work surface. Okay, so I'll stamp that off and then put it on either side. And you can see it's so much lighter and more subdued, but I love the look. Then I'm going to go ahead and set these aside because the rest I need to do on scraps so that I can cut them out. And this is the perfect use of your scraps, by the way. So there's no mint macaron that we're going to cut out, so I'm just going to get rid of that ink pad. The next layer we're going to do is, and we do need to clean now. That's like one of my pet peeves is dirty stamps. Now, don't get me wrong. I always have dirty stamps laying around, but if you're stamping with somebody like, I don't know, your sister, and she stamps and leaves dirty stamps out, it drives me crazy. Yeah, I'm picking on my sister, but she's ruined more than one ink pad, so it's justified. I love my sister, though, just FYI. Okay, so I'm going to take and stamp one of these images here for this center, and then a second one stamped off for this center. And isn't that just, it's pretty. This is Delightful Dijon, and I almost like it better stamped off. It's a great color, and it is so perfect for fall. Okay, then I'm also going to stamp two of these small circles in stamped, or in full strength Dijon and stamped off. I could have made this easier by just going, but you get the idea. Okay. Then I have this cute little, oh wait. Then I also need one of this same small image in Cajun Craze for the center of the big circle-y thing. What would you call that? Like a medallion? I don't know. And then one stamped off. Okay. And then last, but certainly not least, we need the Deanie stamp. And it helps if you say it that way, by the way. So then I'm going to do two full strength teeny stamps and 1, 2 stamped off. Why don't I just stamp these off after I do the full one? Whatever, you know. Okay. It's video time. Video time means brainwaves kind of shut down a bit. All right. And last but not least, I need one full strength and one stamped off Deanie one for the center. So there we go. Now, I remembered that time. I have a date with my die cut machine to cut all these out. So let me do that and I will be right back with you. All right, guys, after my lovely die cutting date, I got all of these pieces cut out, and I have to share with you something that happened. So I've shown before on a video, I have this tray, and pardon all of the stuff that's in it. It works really well, by the way. I had put this tray next to my Big Shot, and it works great. It's a magnetic tray. If you haven't seen it before, it's for mechanics to catch like screws and bolts and whatnot when they're working. Well, this little die cut, I was looking all over. I won't even tell you how long I was looking for because it's too embarrassing to admit in public. But this was stuck on my tray right here. This is where I finally found it. So remember, if you have this tray, things stick to the outside as well as the inside. But I love this. Do you see how nothing is falling out? And I have lost more than one framelit. I don't care to admit how many, but I've had to purchase extra framelits. And so this was a wonderful investment. And I just throw all my framelits in there until I put them away. And it really is helpful. And I think it was a wise investment. I think that thing was like $10, this, rectangular version. I also have a smaller circular version, which was about $3. Wonderful. Highly recommend them. Okay, let's put this card together because it's really easy. It comes together quick once you do all the die cutting. And I think the colors are so pretty, and they are, let's just say, a little outside my usual color box. And I left the other two pieces by my Big Shot, so I had to go grab them Here we go. So I'm going to put the 2 larger pieces that I die cut right in the center of these 2 medallions. And see, this is kind of like you get 2 for the price of 1. I mean, you're stamping and you stamped off, so you may as well make 2 cards, right? And you can decide which one you like then better once you have all the information in front of you, right? That's my logic and I'm sticking to it. So I will also take, there's 2 full strength small circles that I will pop up. By the way, I wonder how many pop dots I go through in the course of a year. I have a feeling the number is astronomical. And I'm not talking like all my class supply of dimensionals. I just mean like my personal supply. I have a feeling it's a number that rivals the gross national product of certain countries. Just saying. I like to think I could single-handedly earn a trip on dimensionals. Okay, that's not true, but I go through a lot. All right, so there are all of those mounted. Next, in the center, I'll put another small circle and then the stamped off one on my stamped off version. And these are just so fun to layer up. I'm thinking the color combinations on this little number are endless. Okay, now we have all these little circles, or teeny ones, and for these, I'm going to use 2 things. First of all, I'll take my dimensionals, and I'm going to use this one. I just need my scissors. I'm going to take and just trim one of the edge pieces up a little bit so I can put like a portion of a dimensional on these teeny little teensy ones. It really helps if you say it that way, by the way. I don't know what it is. So I'll place that there. Now these are for the outside ones that we're going to pop up. This already has 2 things popped up, so this one will have 2. I don't recommend popping up more than 2 things on your card because it gets a little out of control, and mailing it will probably not work very well if you have more than 2. Because the post office does not always enjoy thick things, or they'll charge you more for it, or they'll just kind of destroy it in the process, and you don't want any of that. So, but likewise, I'll put the 2 over here. And finally, I'll use glue dots to attach the 2 to the very center so that, like I said, we don't have an post office incident with mailing this out. By the way, I love the post office ladies and there's a guy that helped me mail my stuff. They're so sweet. In fact, I sent kind of an epic mailing out a couple weeks ago. Or, well, I can't remember how long ago it was. Well, anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway, my receipt was 8 feet long. Actually, I think it was longer than that. And I recorded the printer printing it and the guy who helped me stretching it out, you know, way back. It was really cute. They always laugh at me, but they're so sweet. They're very, very helpful. Now, I am determined to put something on here. So I think I'm going to say, I hope your day is wonderful underneath, because I just think that would look cute. And that's such a nice thing to say to somebody. I hope your day is wonderful. Why would you not send a card like that to someone? I think that's wonderful. I don't think we send enough cards, like sweet cards like that. I'm just getting up on my high horse and saying that. So there. Now, here's the struggle, and it's real, people. What color do we use? I'm thinking for this one, I'm going to use mint macaron because that just seems right. And I'm going to stamp it off because that seems right too. Hope your day is wonderful. There, I love it. I love it. And it's so good to have words on there. Okay, for this one, I'm thinking to bring together the ribbon. Do you like how I have hand movements that go with this? By the way, I remember as a kid, like in school or at church, when you had to do hand motions to songs, I hated doing that. I hated it. But now that I shoot videos, I kind of like having hand motions. I think it's because I talk through my hands. People have commented on it before, so I hope you find it at least entertaining. All right. Hope your day is wonderful. Yay. Okay. So the last thing we're going to do is put it all together. So I've cut 2 pieces of the Paisleys and Posies printed paper. Pardon me. Oh, Scar, I'm so sorry. Gosh, I like sucked in lint or something. I don't know what that was. That was weird. This is the beautiful shimmery copper piece that comes in that kit, which I love. Ooh, and I keep thinking the other piece. So you're going to laugh at this. Only because I think you can all relate to this. There is another piece that has a navy blue background with copper Paisleys, imprinted all over it, and it's so beautiful. I am such a chicken to use that piece. I mean, it is like gold, that piece of cardstock. It really is a special piece of cardstock that should be cherished and revered. Okay, that might be a little excessive, but it's gorgeous. And I really want to ensure that I use it in the best possible way. So needless to say, I've been hoarding it because I don't want to, I'm just, it deserves the proper card, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I haven't used it yet. And I love the paper though. It's my favorite one in the whole pack, but I'm afraid to use it. So I have to kind of get over myself and just do it, because that's my advice to other people is just tear through that paper and use it, because hoarding paper is no good. I mean, it's pretty to look at, but what do you have in the end? So use it. Send a hope your day is wonderful card to somebody and brighten their day. Okay, I won't be nagging you to do this anymore, but I do enjoy sharing my love of stamping with others. Can you tell? Okay, did you see how I had to tie that twice? I didn't like the first one. And then last, I'll tie the mint macaron ribbon. And can I just tell you, I have a funny story about mint macaron. I hated this color. Well, hate might be an excessive word, but I did not like this color at all. I think it looks like a dirty green gray and it's boring. However, I have come to appreciate it since this Paisleys and Posies cardstock, printed cardstock came out, because they use those 2 colors together and it actually works. I really like the look of it. So, and then the other problem I had was, long story short, I got a pool party pad that didn't look like pool party. It looked a lot like mint macaron. And a long story short, I got my pad fixed. But I just didn't like the look of it. And this was many months ago. I just didn't like the way it looked. So I contacted Stampin' Up! And we went through a whole thing. But it's all good now. But I think it left a bad taste in my mouth because I felt like it was infringing upon my pool party ink. And that is one of my favorite colors. Pool party and Bermuda Bay are my 2 favorite colors. And Coastal Cabana, but we don't have that color anymore. But I loved Coastal Cabana. That was like in between Pool Party and Bermuda Bay. I'm sorry, I'm rambling really bad today. I apologize. Okay, now I'm going to use this paper, and this is the copper foil sheets. These are so beautiful. So I will just adhere this to my card. Now, I do find it to be a little bit inappropriate that I'm just covering this whole thing up and leaving just this teeny little bit. If I had more time, I would have cut the center out and all that, but it just adds so much. It's so pretty. You can't even appreciate this card until you're seeing it in person, which is why you should just make one, because it's just wonderful. Anyway, I love this. And by the way, I'm going to send this card out to the first person who orders from me after I post this video. So get your ordering going, because I've got a beautiful card to send you, and I do hope your day is wonderful. Okay. We'll put this on our card bases, and that is it. Now, you could totally stamp happy birthday on the inside of this card, because, of course, that would be perfect for happy birthdays. Hope your day is wonderful. Or you can just give it to somebody it's not their birthday, but you hope they have a wonderful day. Oh, Lord. The rambling got a little out of control today. I apologize. But I really like how this card came out. And, okay, what do you think? It looks better with the words, doesn't it? It totally does. It finishes it off, but I think it will look goofy up there. I don't know. Maybe I'll bite the bullet and just stamp it up there. Who knows? But anyway, thank you for joining me. Check out my blog with the link in the video, and make sure you subscribe to my videos or share this with your friends. I would so appreciate it. Have an awesome day. Happy stamping, guys. Bye.